Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So this is actually take two, or try two. I actually got this Batman from Prime 1 Studios, the XE suit Batman, a couple weeks ago, and we were putting together the video, and it turned out the magnet in his right arm wasn't strong enough to even hold his arm on. It would be constantly like we had it in, and it was like it would lean a little bit, and then it would start to fall out, and you'd have to just catch it. So, here we go again. Now, I don't want to start this video off on a downside, but it kind of worries me because the magnets in Swamp Thing's arms aren't the strongest. We actually sanded all the paint off the magnets just to get a stronger connection, and even then they're still not as how you would want them. And I feel like this magnet problem, the first time I noticed it, and just me, it started with the Justice League Batman. His hands are not the strongest on there. I actually have a buddy whose hand fell and broke. So, I believe his head did too, but the head doesn't even magnetize on. It just sits on there, which is terrifying. But, enough of all that. The XE suit Batman. Now, I ordered Mr. Freeze. One, because he's awesome, but only because I was getting this one too. Cold Heart is such an awesome attachment or downloadable content for a game. I think the XE suit is just absolutely incredible. It's so cool. It's so bulky and big, but yeah, he can still move around almost like he's not even wearing it. But hopefully this goes better than the last time. But let's go ahead, let's jump on in, and let's go for it. Alright, we're gonna start with getting this monster of a heavy base out of here. Not really anything good to grab onto. Yeah, thank you. Oh! Alright. I feel like the first time I did this, I talked about a lot more. And this second time, I've just been kind of nervous about how all this is going to turn out. Alright, so you can see our beautiful base. Absolutely ginormous. I mean, it outweighs all these bases in weight and size. Ugh. So, something ironic, I don't know, maybe I'm just looking into it, but we had number 147 in the other video, and now we got number 174 in this video. So you can see the bottom cover art, beautiful. The base is actually kind of cold right now. Alright, so we'll be sitting this way. You can take a look at the piping going around it. All the little snow and covered in it. We've got our bat sign with the snow covering it. Our vents are all frosted up. The back side. And back to our front. Alright, so the first thing they're going to want us to do is put some of these icicles on it. We got this one. I certainly think they do their icicles beautifully. It's probably that one right there. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and get our handrails up now. And then we'll move this and get our other box open. Oh jeez, here we go. Here's another icicle. This might actually be the one we were looking for. Yep, perfect. Alright, we got our handrail. Our other handrail. Very cool. It really ties in with the Mr. Freeze. Now the last time we did this, the handrail didn't quite fit properly. But we'll see how. Let me get back here. chunk of something went flying. I think it was a little piece of plastic right here. Maybe
Yeah.
not. Was that it?
A little chunk right here.
Yeah. Well, that's not the worst of our problems.
No.
All right. Let's go ahead and get our gauntlets up here. You can take a look at these little things. Very cool. For the XE suit. We got our cape. All right. This XE suit Batman has definitely been one of the heavier pieces as of late. All right. Got our whole body. We got this little piece tied around. Now, actually, when we packed this bad boy back up to send to Sideshow, we were very meticulous about this. I will say, whoever packs these things, I got mad respect for them, because it is a tedious process. And I'll tell you this, for a statue as heavy and as big as this one, it is a laborious process to return something like this. I think one of the main things that sucks about the Sideshow and Prime 1 Fallout is that Sideshow doesn't just send you pieces anymore. When you need something replaced, you guys send the whole statue back and then wait for the next one to come. But I will say Sideshow was very accommodating about it. They actually had this piece in the mail like 2 days after I sent mine in. Like, mine hadn't even got there yet before they sent me another one. So I don't know if that was an error, but it was very nice. It was very accommodating. It was very gratifying to get it back that quick. Now we got our other icicle. Gorgeous. This one, probably doing that upside down. There we go. All right. Let's see what they want us to do next. So, it's the feet. So this was a pain in the ass the first time we did it. But I think with a little bit of that experience, the second time, we'll be able to breeze through that. All right. So now they're all color coded. We got brown, blue, green, and gold. So you can see the green one will go right there in front. Color do we got next to it? The brown. Brown will go right next to it. Gold. That one fit in there better than the other one too. The other one was a bit of a
I feel like the rest of them were kind of loose.
yeah.
Or the last ones.
Yeah, they were. Well, they were a pain to get in, and then they were ridiculous. Now these ones, the longer ones, all go right in the back of his boots. So what we'll do, go ahead and spin this monster around. And now you can see right there, we got green and green.
Green and, what is that? Gold.
Oh, yeah, but green right here to this green. What's that one? Gold?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Pale or I think,
Yeah, probably. Can't really see.
yeah.
this.
And then back here, we got blue on this side. We got black right there. These ones are going in with a breeze. Number 174 is definitely fit the bill better than 147. Now, one thing I would like to say, I wish I would have said this at the beginning, because you never know what parts of your videos people watch. But the Joker has recently crossed the $1 billion mark without even opening in China, which I think is absolutely incredible. I'm so happy they were able to do that, and I think Warner Brothers needs to take a large cue about that and put more trust in their directors and what's going on. Now, Zack Snyder just released a picture of the BVS Batman suit, and it was a scene in Justice League. And I mean, as cool as the Justice League suit is, I don't like it anywhere as much as I like the BVS suit. Maybe these two. Yep, got a little mixed up. I think Hot Toys should capitalize on the idea that the BVS suit was in Justice League and give us another BVS figure for all those people who missed it. I know your guys' pain missing something. It sucks. Missed the Suicide Squad one, missed the BVS one. Now you want one and they're expensive as all hell to get. I really want to see a 1/4 BVS Batman is what I want to see, but it seems like Hot Toys has lost their flavor for doing like brave things. They kind of have just been, this is someone who is an absolute Hot Toy lover. They've just been really sticking to what they consider as safe. Like, I miss the days of all the Alien figures. Oh,
Michael
that,
Jackson.
yeah, Michael Jackson's. Which, actually, we have a Michael Jackson figure that we need to open. I think I was right. Yeah, I was. That one goes right there. Karen actually didn't know it, but she seen my Michael Jackson figures the other day when we were cleaning them. I had showed them to her before, but she had seen the box to the Beat It Michael Jackson. She was like, that was a Hot Toy? And yeah, absolutely. The Beat It Michael Jackson was an exclusive that came out at the same time as the Gordon and the Scarecrow and all of those figures. So absolutely. Oh, our head is beautiful. We actually got to get to the arms first. Which, here's one of them. Look at how cool that arm is. With the heated gloves. So awesome. All these little straps. That's killer. Alright, now it goes in on this side. It's decent. It's not bad. I kind of think I want to sand the paint off of it though.
Yeah.
Which, this is getting kind of crazy when this is what you got to do to these $1,000 statues. Because their arms, this arm is heavy. It's beautiful and it's heavy. Oh,
What?
it's stronger.
Okay.
You see that?
Mhm.
Remember how the other one would just hang out?
Kind of lean.
Yeah. Right, so I know this might be kind of crazy to a lot of statue collectors, but with the way things have been going, I was suggested this by one of my viewers, and it worked for the Swamp Thing. But see, we're basically getting down to that magnet, and we're getting rid of that tiny little bit of hindrance. And I know we sanded our arm right there a little bit, but that's not even going to be viewed. Plus, I don't sell my Prime 1s. See, now we got it's a stronger connection. What Karen and I actually did with Swamp Thing was we took it even a step further and we sanded the inside magnets as well. And for Swamp Thing, see, now it took some real pull to get that to come off. See, that was a bit more than it did earlier. You can see how much paint. So I wrapped some sandpaper around this marker. You can see right there, we're getting just that little bit of paint off our magnets. Oh yeah, that's a much stronger connection. That took me basically pulling on it to get that to come out. All right, I feel 100% better about that connection now. The old one, the arm wouldn't even sit at this level. It would bend. Every time it would go in, it would just sag. And eventually the arm, when I put the shoulder on, it just fell and broke the ice underneath it and everything. All right. Now, what do they want us to do? They want us to get our cape. All right. We got this really big, beautiful cape. But last time was scary putting on because with this handrail behind him, the cape's so big, it's hard getting it into the correct space. Check it out. We got the snow across the bottom of it, on the inside. Alright, now let's hope. Maybe one thing we can do is get it kind of bent a little bit at what we know we're going to need it to be this time. Alright, so we don't want to get hung up on our icicles. We don't want to get hung up on anything else. Alright, so this is where it's supposed to be. This cape actually fits much better than the other one. Put that there. You know, this cape just gives off like the feeling that it would be warm. It's almost like there's like a wool inside of it. Alright. Now what they want us to do is put on this collar. All this nice texture. This collar to just lock it into place. All right, feel good about that. Feel very good about that. All right, what's gonna come next is our shoulder pieces. You know what? Something I definitely left off is our gauntlets. All right, so here's our shoulders. They're all dented and beat up. Weathered. Now this shoulder right here is gonna match up right here. Wow, we didn't even get to get this far last time.
Because last time you put it on there and bam.
Yeah, it fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just overly nervous about this whole process. I guess once you have it happen to you once, it is something to worry about. All right. There we go. Very cool. Now with these gauntlets, that's actually not the right arm. Goes on the left arm. There we go. Fits in there good. That's something we want to be very careful that we don't knock off. You can see how that one just seats in there perfectly. All right. Whew. I feel good about this now. All right, so we're going to do the exposed mouth first because I know I'm probably going to leave on the covered mouth. I really think the covered mouth is the coolest look for this guy. Oh, but that looks so cool. That looks just badass. That looks beautiful. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the other one, something about maybe the paint to it, it just wasn't popping, or maybe it was just the situation. But you could come on in here. Check out this little chin pad, the differing textures of his skin to the resting pad right there. Very cool. You know what? Our collar wasn't all the way in. There we go. Very cool. And you can see the origins right back here behind him. Oh, he just, from the back, he looks like a hulking, this would be his Hulkbuster suit. This could have been the suit he wore to fight Superman in BVS, even though I like that suit so much. But this suit is just badass. Arkham, the designers behind it, and I know this was made by a completely different team, but they just kick ass with what they do. Now, one thing I will say is Arkham Origins was a game that I had claimed I hadn't finished. Well, last Christmas, Karen and I like to watch a lot of Christmas movies and stuff to get in the season and the spirit and everything. We started playing Arkham Origins last Christmas, played all the way up through it, downloaded Cold Heart, bought all the expansions, and it's one of those games. It's still good. The ending was surreal. It was awesome, even though Karen was falling asleep during it. But
I was tired.
Origins puts it up there for me. Now check out this one. This is our mask closed. I really think this is the winning one of the two. I don't remember what, but the exclusive one, let's see. What piece? Maybe there was no exclusive piece. I swear he was. Oh well. Oh crap, that's the same head. Look at that
I like
monster.
it better.
Yeah. He looks like a beast.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that? This XE suit is dope. Alright, we're good. I was just a little nervous. I do think if I was ever to move anything, I'd take his arms off though, just out of fear when we do go to move him to his final place. Guess that's just how it sits. How awesome is that? Well, everyone, this went 100% better than last time. You know what? If you have any problem with your joints magnetizing together, get in there with a tiny bit of sandpaper. You could buy it anywhere, Home Depot, Walmart. It's cheap as can be. Get in there and rub a little paint off the magnets. I know some collectors might hate this idea, but if you're buying this statue to own, who gives a fuck? Just wipe some of that paint off, get those arms seated in there good so that you can be 100% positive nothing's going to happen. Now, with these old pieces, I don't worry about their magnets at all. They have some of the strongest magnets I've ever seen. But a couple of these new pieces have really had me worried about the magnets. If you guys have had any magnet problems below, discuss it with one another. You're not alone. I'm telling you right now, I have a buddy that sent me a broken picture of his Justice League Batman. We're actually going to do something about the head, because the head just sitting on there doesn't sit right with me. So that's coming. We've just gotten behind on projects, and you'll see why. The next video, we actually got a whole kit that we got to paint. We got to do a lot of things with. It's going to get right in line with all of our other projects. But I will be doing a video soon. I'll be putting it out there. It's already filmed and all that, but it's going to be of a cowl. And I'm actually sending the master down to the artist. He wants to paint it up. It's going to look amazing. I can't wait to see that. After he's done all that, I'll put the video out there, but super excited about it. It's super cool. We made a video of the whole molding process, the casting process to make a second master for when our mold ultimately breaks down and all that. But we're going to also make a urethane cowls that you can wear, varying colors. But that's all to come. I don't want to give away too much of what it is, so it'll just be one of those things, wait and see. I'm covered in fake snow glitter. But, everyone, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, leave me a sub. We're growing, and it's all thanks to you. Everyone out there, leave me a comment, a question, anything you want to know about. I will get back to you. It does take a little time, because I get behind on stuff. We got a couple videos filmed at this moment, but I have to edit them all together, and that can take some time with some of the mistakes I make here and there. Sometimes I drop stuff and it broke, and then we had like a meltdown of like, oh my god, the magnet. You know, it was just, it was stressful. But I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and above all, remember, keep buying toys.